Alright. I think my music's too loud. Okay, so what's the plan for tonight? Welcome back, anybody who's watching. If anybody's watching. So tonight, I think I'm gonna keep working on these dudes. And this one. Out of frame. In frame. See if we can finish these guys. And do some work on the actual diorama box. I sprayed it black. I think I'm just going to keep the background and the sides black. And I got some new stuff. Some wet mud by AK. New to me. I have no idea how to use it, but we'll figure it out. And then, start working on the terrain. And probably not tonight, but I do need to figure out how I'm gonna put in the explosion and put the light in. See, I have a hole right here for the wiring. Probably put a battery pack here if the ones that I have aren't too big. So that way this will be sitting on the legs and there'll be a switch here that I can turn it on and off. But problem for future me to figure out. And I have to figure out if we still have cotton balls that I can use. Because that's what I'm planning on using for the explosion. Oh, Jesus. And dropping stuff. Because, that's always great. I also got some new brushes. I got some super fancy and a little bit more pricey than I'm used to. Rosemary & Co. Kolinsky brushes. Series 33. Which seem to be fairly well recommended by a lot of miniature painters, so try them out, see what they're like. I haven't used them yet. I got them earlier this week and I haven't painted yet, so we'll see. Maybe I'll use them, maybe I won't. Probably use them because I wanna. And what's the point of buying brushes if you don't use them? Says the guy who has 50 brushes in a cup right now that he hardly ever uses. Okay. So I am kind of happy with where these guys are mostly. I'm not 100% sure about the brain, but I'm keeping in mind that these are going to be in a box and they're not meant to be played with or taken out, so they're going to be permanently in a box, and there's not really going to be a lot of lighting in here unless I figure out something fancy. So they don't have to be perfect. They just need to be good enough. And I know that's kind of subjective, but so what do I want to do? Should probably paint these little extra bits on them. so they look like something, at least. And there's a few things I want to finish on this one, namely this pad that he has here, the little buttons and dials and stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I have some new skin tones, but I'm kind of happy with where his face is right now, so I don't want to go crazy and mess that up. I do have some fluorescent green. I'm pretty sure I had some other fluorescent colors. At least I thought I did. Have a bunch of express paints, but I thought I had more than just the fluorescent green. Oh, have fluorescent pink, but I don't think that'll work. Whoops. Palette cam. Fix that. I need another camera arm. I have one for this camera, but I need another one over there for the palette cam. Probably be easier that way, but at some point I'll do it. Also, I'm using a new streaming software. Oh, damn. Hey, Jace. Yeah, they are the 33s. I didn't notice you pop up the chat there because I'm here talking to myself. Anyway, yeah, they are the Series 33. They did come, maybe not highly suggested, but a lot of YouTubers that I've been watching tend to use them, so I'll try them out tonight, see if they're good. Alright, enough yammering. I need to figure out what I'm doing, what I'm starting with. Maybe I'll just start with that, because I have at least one color that I know what I'm going to do with. And it's a good opportunity to test out these new brushes, because I need to base some of these tiny details with white. And these magnifiers are annoying sometimes. White. Let's do the bold titanium white if I can find it. I really need to organize these paints. They're just scattered all over my desk right now. Yeah, these cost me. I got the set which had, here, let me see, these ones. I got the set which had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 5, and it was 66 Canadian for it, which isn't too bad, because I was just looking at the individual ones and they were ranging between like 15 Canadian and like 25 Canadian at the place I usually order stuff from, so let's use that one. I might order some more because I have a feeling I might need some bigger ones, because the biggest one I have is the size 3 and it still looks fairly small, especially since most of the stuff I paint is relatively large, like this. So yeah, I might need to pick something up. Yeah, maybe I'll look into the 8s. I'll see if they're available at the usual places I order stuff from. Alright, let's start some painting. And actually, let me rearrange my windows a little bit. There we go. So I can see the video feed and I can see the chat at the same time. Yeah, that guy's fairly large. I had a bigger one. Unfortunately, it got knocked over and broke, but I did paint this a while ago. And this guy's big. But unfortunately, one of my friends accidentally knocked him over and a few parts broke, and I'm having a hard time fixing it, so I might just reprint it and repaint. Which, I guess on the plus side, if I do reprint him and paint a new one, it'll probably look better. Okay, you go here. Let's put some paint on here. I also have to order some more of these papers for the wet palette. And of course this one I don't use enough, so it's super thick. And I don't need a lot, so I might actually, when I get back onto painting this guy, I might actually take out my oil paints and work on it using the oil paints. Oh man, why did I do that? Sticking my fingers in the in the paint. Let's give you a few drops if I can, or more than a few drops, and grab one of my crappier brushes to mix it. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. That's way too thin now. Really should stop using that bottle to put water for paint, and I should just use one of my pipettes. Because that would be the smart thing to do. Get the clumps out. Still feels a little bit too thin. Now I'm gonna have a ton of this, and I'm not gonna know what to do with it. Okay, that's a little bit better. I might be able to work with this. Yeah. Okay, you can go back. All right. First painting with the rosemary brushes. Exciting. Oh, and my 3D printer just finished printing. Sweet. Nice. Okay. Now definitely need the magnifier for this. Okay, so tiny little dot. Oh no. Okay, let's do this again. No, it's not flowing. Try this again. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some practice with these. Does seem to work a little bit better than my other brushes. Not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. Just gonna have to make sure that I'm also careful with these, that I treat them properly so I get my money's worth. That's not what I wanted to do, but I'll fix it after. I really like how these just come right back to a point. So much better than my other brushes. Okay, so let's try a little bit of this fluorescent green, which I don't think I've used before. Or I guess it looks like I have used it. I can't remember on what. Maybe I used it for highlighting something, mixing it in with another paint. Don't want too much. And again, I don't necessarily have to worry about getting it perfect right now, because nobody's likely to ever see it. What happened over here? I don't know if you see that, but I don't know why that's white. Interesting. Looks like I have something to fix. What is that? It's not dust. Okay. Let's see if I could remember what I used for the skin tone when I did that one. Where are you? No. No. Yeah, if I could, I'd move the camera and just show you what an absolute disaster my desk is right now, but I guess I can use some of the new Vallejo paints that I got. What is that? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, let's see. I might have to mess with the settings for the mic in this. It's kind of going crazy a bit. I don't need a lot. It feels like this is a bit too dark, so let's try a drop of pale flesh in it. Let's just put it on the side so it's easier to control how much I mix. Just grab any random brush for mixing. Maybe I should be going this way, because I want it light, but not too light. It's actually fairly close. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Magnifiers. Just need a tiny bit. I'm not sure why that's coming out so white. And I'm dropping everything tonight. It's gonna be one of those nights, I guess. Okay. Should probably hit it with a metallic So let's put a drop of dark silver. Definitely needs a little bit of thinning. It's way too much paint. Okay, that should work. Ow. Okay, just give me 1 second here.
No.
Sorry about that. Surprise visitor for some reason. All right. So I think I'm at the point that I'm gonna call this dude done. And he's just gonna be in the box, so I don't have to, like, he's gonna be here towards the back. So I think that's good enough. At the very least, I'm moderately happy with them. For the brain, or at least for this dude, I'm not sure, other than doing these little things. Maybe I'll work on these. Not that it's going to take me a ton of time, but it's on all 3 of these guys. Can I get this stuck in a way that I can? Yes. All right. What colors? Maybe just start with black and go from there? No. Yes. No. Yes. Yeah, sure. Probably should have taken out the bigger brush for this part, but that's okay. We'll get through this. We always do. I think the bristles are longer than my other brushes too. Yeah, they are a little bit. So far they're working pretty good. Oh man, getting that side. Let's see. Feels like the paint's flowing off of these brushes a lot better than my other brushes. But could also just be wishful thinking because these are brand new to me. The place that I get them from, they also had some brushes that were made with squirrel hair, and they had a set that was made with wolf's hair, which I think's interesting. I might get a set of the ones made with wolf's hair, if for no other reason than it just kind of seems cool. Let's see, let's grab a gray and do some of these rocks. That's silver. I know I have gray. I can just make gray. What am I doing? There, gray. Because I don't need a ton of it doing these small parts. Do want it to be slightly dark. There we go. There. It's probably not dark enough, but that's okay. Can just run a wash over it. Again, the conundrum with getting this side done, so this might be easier. Too much water in it. Try to keep it in frame. I should probably snip this part off because I think this is meant to be like rebar or something. Just doesn't really totally vibe with being in a forest/jungle situation. So let's see if I can snip this off without it looking horrible. I can. Easy peasy. Not bad. What about you guys? And let's do some of the white. Oh gosh. Let's use a crappier brush for that. Don't want to ruin my brand new brushes. This one really needs a deep clean too. Good enough. All right. Trying not to overload the brush. Good, good. I think, yeah, that little part, probably do it in like a brown or something. Need to put a few more drops. Oh, looks like I forgot part 2. That's okay, I can fix it. Oh, my nose is itchy. can't believe I missed like a whole side of it. Okay, slow down. Stop dropping stuff. Okay. It's good for now. Go in here. There. There's too much water in the brush. Probably dumped too much water in the paint too now. That's not too bad. Oh, sorry about that. That was a weird hiccup. Not sure what that's supposed to be, but whatever it is, it'll be brown. Just making sure there's not too much water in the bristles. Okay, just a second again.
I'm going to the park for a little bit. I'll be back soon.
Okay, let Mom know.
Huh?
Let Mom know. Send her a text.
Let Mom know?
Yes, let her know, because if she gets home and you're not here... Sorry about that. It's just my daughter. Okay. Hey, Remnant. How's it going? Nice. I haven't played Hearthstone in ages. Maybe I should try again. I was pretty bad at it. Hilariously bad, actually. But I did used to play quite often. Not sure why, because I lost quite a bit. There. Not bad, not bad. Yep. I think I like these brushes. Okay, so for these parts here and here, I'm thinking highlight them up a little bit and use a purple wash the same as I did here. Just make them look kind of like the carapaces, like they're these weird growths. Chances are no one's going to see them, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I don't want to jump straight to white for highlighting them. So let's add a little bit of this white to the gray. try to get a mix that makes sense here. Because I don't want a huge jump in color. Oh man, 6 hours. Jesus. Why are you watching streams and playing Hearthstone if you have to get up in 6 hours? I need to add some black to that. Ah, I get that. I have this ring that's a health tracker. It's an Aura ring. And every time I check my sleep score when I wake up in the morning, if I'm lucky, my sleep score will be 70, which is good-ish. But yeah, most of the time it's below like 60. Yeah, it's spelled O-U-R-A. But it basically just measures like your heart rate, your oxygenation. It tracks your sleep. Standard stuff. But I don't like wearing watches. So my girlfriend picked this up for me instead. Because I wanted something to track my health. Because, apparently that's important. And I hate wearing watches, so the ring was the next best thing. And it's been working all right. Yeah, astrology. Yeah, no. Not into that. But yeah, the ring's a little bit pricey, and there is a monthly subscription for it. But for me, it's worth it. I don't mind paying the monthly subscription. It's not overly expensive, and they keep adding new features, so I think it's worth it for the most part. It'd probably be more worth it if I actually followed its advice when it gave me advice, but I'm kind of bad at following orders, so. Yeah, this highlight's a tad dark, but it'll be fine. It's all good. I'll just make it harder to see my mistakes. That's all. Let's grab some of the lighter gray. Oh no. Hold on a second, my phone's buzzing at me. No, nothing urgent. Okay. Highlight this. Oh, nice. That's going to be fun. Who's going to win, Custodes or Orcs? Oh, man. There. Sure, let's highlight that. Why not? Well, I wish you luck, my friend. Either way, it'll be fun. Which is all that matters, right? Buzz, buzz. All right. That's not highlighted bright enough because I'm going to be putting express paint over. I don't actually play the game. I just paint the miniatures and put them in little dioramas, at least right now. I started collecting in early 2000 with the intention of playing. I kind of went overboard when I started getting into it. My first time in the store, I walked out of the store with 2 battle forces of Tyranids back when they still used to make battle forces, a bunch of paint, and a couple of like individual ones. And I picked up a starter set too. I got the Battle for McCrag. So I walked out of the store. I think I had spent 5, 6. Like the battle forces were expensive. It's probably close to $700. My first time in the store. And my buddy picked up some Tau. We played 2 games. That's it. We played like the intro game at the store, and then we played a game at my place once, and then I just ended up not really liking the game too much, but I liked putting the models together and painting them. But then almost 20 years later, I still had most of them in the box, not assembled. Some were assembled, some were painted, some weren't. It was kind of ridiculous. So I sold it all, the whole lot, for a couple hundred. And then a year or two later, they came out with the Leviathan box. And then I got back into it again. So I picked up the Leviathan box, but only with the intention of putting them together and like painting them and putting them into dioramas. And so far, I've made 1 diorama. And this is going to be my second one. I blame 3D printing, because I got into 3D printing hard. Let's lighten this one up a little bit. It's good. It's a pretty big jump, but I think it'll look okay with the Purple Express paint over top. Might help tone it down a little bit. Oof, that was a bit too much, but that's okay. I won't tell if you don't. Not sure which way this guy's going to be facing in the diorama yet. Actually, since I'm doing gray, might as well highlight this rock too while I'm at it. Probably run a dark wash on it. But I do want to highlight it a little bit. Okay, that's enough for this dude. Man, I'm popular tonight. Okay. Let's get some of the darker gray into the spots that I missed. If I can reach. And not go cross-eyed, because, that would help. Okay, why is it saying my stream's unstable? I think I need to adjust the bit rate. Uno momento. I think I can do that live with this software. Okay, where is that? Ah, there it is. Let's change this. Lower that a little bit. There, let's see if this helps. Okay, back to highlighting. Let's try to refresh this. Needs a bit more. There we go. Lowering the bitrate seems to have fixed the issue. I don't know if you guys were seeing any issues on your end, but for some reason my dashboard was saying that it was unstable, so just in case, figured I'd try to fix it. Touch of white. I think the gray for this rock was lighter, so need to lighten up the highlight a little bit. Especially if I run a wash over it. This one's fine. I think we're good for those. Okay, let's put this one away for a minute. Make sure it's relatively clean. There. There. So now we do a little bit of washes and express paint. Oh, actually no, because this dude has some other bits that I wanted to paint brown. Let's grab the brush again. Took too much paint off. There we go. So last night I watched the new Captain America movie. It was okay. Yeah, it was alright. Was streaming on I saw it on Disney Plus, so I figured, yeah, might as well watch it. And yeah, it's pretty good. Get that drop of water off of it. It feels too wet. Just do another pass just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Need to remember to wash to clean off this palette paper tonight after I sign out, because I have a tendency to just let it sit for a day. And these are reusable up to 4 times, apparently, according to Redgrass Games. But if I let it sit too long, you get stuff like this where it sort of dries on. So I need to remember to wash it once I'm done. Because, might as well get the most out of it, because the pack only has like 15 in it. But I think I'm going to order the 50 pack of the ones that aren't reusable, just the regular ones. So it'll probably work better for me. Okay. Let's do some washes and stuff. Put that away so I don't wreck it for the second time. So I need purple. And I'll need some of the black. A couple of those little trays. Some black. Purple. It's probably way more than I need, but that's okay. Let's use one of my less good brushes for this. Which one? This one should be fine. So let's do the black first. Just want to do a light coat. Actually, I should probably thin this down, because I know this black's pretty darn potent. Where's the new one I just got? Right here. Yeah, because there's not really anything in this one. Yeah, I think that's good. Maybe a few drops of water in it too. Okay, move that so I don't stick my hand in it. Yeah, this is way more than I need. Oops. Too much. See if I can wick it away with a clean brush. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-highlight that one. That's okay. Like I said, this black is pretty dang potent. Even thinned down. Let's get some more water in here. I missed some parts that I should be painting brown, but I'll do that after. Let's do the purple. Okay. Oh, might help if I was in frame. There. Wondering if I should flow some ink, some white ink between all the brain folds, and then do another coat of the express paint. And that way this part will get darker, and maybe in the middle it'll be lighter, and it'll look more like it's glowing from the inside. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Alright, my back. Jeez. Okay, give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Just gonna stretch for a minute and I'll be right back. And I'm back. Yeah, I needed that stretch. So, should I do my plan of making it look like it's glowing? Maybe. Let's get a small brush. I think this will work. So I have white on the palette, so why don't I just thin it down a lot. And cross my fingers that I don't mess this up. Move that out of the way. Move these out of the way. Let's see. Might want my magnifiers for this. Just turn this off before the battery dies. I don't even know if this is in frame. No, I do not think this is working. So let's clean that up a little bit. Maybe what I should do is grab a Q-tip, take some water, and just drop it in these cracks. Take this to soak some of it out from the surface. Then take some white. Ah, yes, that's working much better. That's what I'm looking for. That'll work.
No, I'm coming down to watch something.
See if my idea actually pans out, but it's looking promising. Just make sure there's not too much water where I don't need it. Man, this works so well. I'm not going to take credit for it because I saw it on somebody's YouTube channel. I can't remember who. I think it was Dana Howell. At least the first time I saw it. Okay, what's happening here? Maybe I put too much water because it's doing some weird stuff here. Either that or because there's so much water in it and because it's so diluted, Yeah, it keeps weird. Huh. Don't know why it's doing that. Well, hopefully it contributes to the glow effect. It's probably going to take a bit for that to dry. So I think, in the meantime, can work on this. So let's move these out of the way so I don't knock them around. So I think what I'm going to do as a first step is I'm going to cover this in brown. Then I'm going to take some of this, put it on it, and I don't know how long this takes to dry. Probably a while. And then maybe not tonight, but next time we can start doing the ground cover, the grass and shrubs and leaves and all that jazz. But let's start with the brown. And I'm pretty sure yes, I did get a new one. I'm gonna need quite a bit of it. And I'm going to need a decently large brush. I think I'm gonna stipple it with this brush. Yeah, I think this will work. Just want to make sure I don't have too much on it. It doesn't need 100% full coverage, but as long as it's mostly covered, it should be okay. Oops. And I can always fix the background after. I'm not worried about that. There's a few ways I can fix it. Make sure I get a decent coat. Ooh. Get in that corner. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna get the background messy anyway, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix it. Probably just with a brush. It's all good. There, I think that's okay. Clean this off. Man, these things suck up a lot of water. And a lot of paint, apparently. Yeah, I'll have to give it a proper clean later. Throw this away. It's soaking wet. Grab another paper towel. Alright, let's figure this stuff out. How am I going to apply this? Well, that brush is complete garbage. This one maybe? Can scoop some with it. Just move all this junk. Should probably lay it on pretty thick. Probably should have done like a test run. Should clean this. Don't really want texture on it. Okay, let's just put a bunch on and see if we can spread it out. Because there's already some texture because of the way I did the ground here, but a little bit of extra isn't bad. At least I hope. let's move some of these things out of the way. So I've never used texture paint like this before. So hopefully this turns out. And if it doesn't, I'll just cover it with extra shrubbery. Need to be careful not to cover the hole too much. There. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't have this stuff filling the hole where I'm going to be putting the LED and the explosion and stuff. Okay, so alright, let that dry. Not sure how long it's going to take, but I guess we'll find out. Want to make sure to get it all out of this brush. Water. Let's set this aside to dry. Okay, so I think that's dry. So let's grab another one of these. Shake up the Mystic Blue, because I think that's the one I used last time. and then cross my fingers that this works the way I'm hoping it works. Doesn't look like it is. Would help if it was more in frame. But yeah, it's not doing what I was hoping it would do. It's just darkening the inside again. Oh well. That's okay. Gonna have to do some testing. Maybe I needed to thin it down with some medium, or maybe shoot it through the airbrush. But that's fine. It still looks good. It just doesn't look like it's glowing. So I'm at a point where I'm happy with the way everything's painted. I just need to wait for this to dry. So, what should I do? Oh, sorry. How about I pull something out of the box, and put it together while I wait for her stuff to dry. Let's see. What do I want to work on next? I already did the leapers. I think I did all of them. Yeah, because there's only 3. I haven't done the termagants yet. Doing some of the neurogants, but I have a bunch of those. Let's see. One of the big ones? No. So I did the Terminators. Maybe I should just grab a random sprue and do that. Or I can do the stern guard. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's do stern guard. If I can find what sprue it's on. Because it's kind of annoying because it says C21, but none of these sprues are labeled C. Oh, I think I might have found it. Yeah, there's nowhere on the sprue that says that it's sprue C. I think it's that one. I think there's only one sprue. Yep, that's gotta be it. Let's put that in properly. There. Alrighty. So 21, 22, and 23. Here's 22. Let's move the instructions. This 21 and 23. Woo. Okay. First three parts. Man, I have this huge desk, but it's so much of a mess. I don't have anywhere to put anything. Maybe that'll be what I do tomorrow. Just organize the desk. And I think I need to order some fresh X-Acto blades too. Cleaning. thought I sliced my thumb open there. Put a little bit too much pressure. I can just sand that down. Scrape some of these mold lines. Honestly, the mold lines haven't been horrible so far. I want to make sure that this is smooth. Don't want to scrape it down too much. Sanding stick. One that's not super harsh. That's not stiff enough. This one. Just trying to get some of this plastic off. There. Get this smooth. Good enough. Okay, so how do we put this together? Seems easy enough. Grab the glue. Ouch. It's the front. So the head goes into this hole. It's probably overkill to glue the head in because this is going to go over top. So there. Try not to get any on my fingers because that kind of happened the last time. And then I touched part of the model and messed it up. Okay, whoops. Okay, come on, get in there. There. Hold it for a bit. I forgot that the feet were part of this. But that's okay because this is the extra thin, so I should be able to just touch it to the seams and it'll get sucked in. Like right there, here, here. There we go. I wonder if I can, if I just take a tiny bit. Oof, too much. Okay, don't touch it anymore. See if that'll smooth out the sanding. Okay, let that sit. Next parts I need are 24 and 25. Wait. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, 24. Okay. Okay. I don't know why my nose is running so much. Oh. Man, mold line right in the most awkward spot on this thing. So I'm gonna continue with the Dark Angels theme on pretty much everything that's in the box. Dark Angels are my favorite Astartes faction. For the Tyranids, I'm gonna keep doing them in Leviathan. I'm gonna have little dioramas of pretty much everything once I'm done. I don't know what I'm gonna put up against the Stern Guard. Maybe a bunch of barb gaunts, but we'll see. I have time to figure that out. So I guess this goes like that. Right. Yep. Okay. Hold it for a few seconds. Probably gonna try to drill the gun barrels. Not tonight, but at some point. Okay. This just goes in here. Yeah, he's gonna look badass. I think I'll do a squad of them. I'll do the full squad. 26 and 27. And then put them up against... He has 2 guns? What the heck? Nice. Okay. Yeah. Put them up against maybe a unit of barb gaunts. I haven't started working on the big units yet. I have plans for the Carnifex and the Dreadnought. 27's right here. How are we doing on this? Yeah, it's still wet. But it's looking more gritty, which is good. It's what I was looking for. Okay. Wondering if I should try to do like actual physical battle damage on it. Not a lot, but just a few dings and scratches here and there. Trying to get this smooth without sanding off too much from other parts. Get this little part. Okay. I don't think the order really matters here. Although, yeah, it'll be easier if I do the arm first. Bit too much glue. Oh. Okay, is that supposed to? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, I get it. I was wondering what that was. It's a strap. Ugh. Neat. Don't know if these are actually going to come in contact with anything, but I might as well. Yeah, it's not. This might, though. Oh, man, I have to do something about this nose. There. One stern guard done. 4 more to go. He looks pretty cool. I'm hoping I can do him justice when I paint. Which isn't going to be tonight, because I'm going to call it a night. And I'll be back next Saturday. Unless something happens, of course. But anyway, calling it a night. Gonna log off. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me ramble and watch me paint tiny little things. And I'll wish you guys a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.